Hello everyone, and welcome to 1923 Main Street, where the wheels roll, the boards carve, the waves break, and the style journey never ends. I am your host, Mike Belobradic, and today, from slopes to the lodge, or in other words, effortless snowboard style transitions. You know when you have a nice day on the hills and then you want to go and hang out in the lodge after? This is particularly true if you're on a snowboard vacation somewhere fancy and you want to go hang out and chill in the lodge for the après, but you don't want to wear your bulky snow clothes from the hill. What's the best way to do it when you're spending the day on the mountain and that last run is in the books? It's transition time. So let's give you some tips for quick change style, a few hacks for snowboarders. You know, we're going to start with the obvious, and that's a quick note about the layering game, because this really sets the stage for a lot of these hacks. Of course, we're talking about having a base layer, something moisture wicking, a tee, a short sleeve tee, long sleeve tee, whatever it is, and a good graphic base layer can come into play, as I will explain shortly. Then we have the mid layer. Hoodies are great for this. They add a lot of warmth on the slopes, and then bang, instantly become casual lodge wear when you take off that outer shell. And speaking of the outer shell, that is the outer layer. You know, in most cases, you want to choose jackets that have easy zip on and off, breathable fabrics, so you can ditch them quickly without feeling overheated indoors. Sometimes those lodge lounges can feel even extra hot, especially when you come in from the cold. So lighter weight is pretty good, especially when you're layering. All right, let's get into the hacks. I got a whole bunch of them to share with you this week. Quick change style hacks for snowboarders, so you can transition from slope to lodge without having to do that full fit overhaul. Now, I know many of you do like to actually spend a lot of time doing the full fit overhaul, but for those of you who don't, for my people out there, here's some quick change things you can get in your quiver. For starters, the convertible outerwear. So this one is not a personal favorite, but if you like these things, it's really good. Choosing those jackets that have removable liners or zip-off sleeves, you know those. You get full coverage on the mountain, but once you're in the lodge, you can strip it down to a really light shell. And hey, it gives a little bit of a streetwear look rather than this technical gear look, if that's your kind of vibe. Secondly, the hidden layer strategy. In this one, you wear a graphic tee or a long sleeve shirt under your hoodie, something lodge appropriate, of course, but when you peel off that hoodie, when it gets warm, you reveal a totally fresh look that feels styled, not just functional. So the hidden layer strategy, a personal favorite of mine. Next is the neckwear swap. If you are a gaiter person, and there's some days, you know, when you really do need a gaiter or some kind of lightweight scarf or bandana in the old days, you can have that, tuck it in your bag, and then it's a small switch that instantly shifts your vibe from slope ready to resort casual. Pocket essentials. Keep a slim accessory like a snapback or a second beanie or something in contrasting color in your jacket pocket. If you like wearing beanies in the lodge, and some people do, swapping out headwear is a really subtle but kind of powerful reset. Changes your whole outfit and look from the helmet that hopefully you're wearing on the hill, especially if you're just starting out. Next up is the compression layer trick. Again, not one of my favorites, but it is a good one that a lot of people like. And this is to use compression leggings or joggers under your snowboard pants. So when you ditch the outer layer, you keep those on and you already have a sleek, lodge-friendly bottom look going on. Looks really intentional, especially with a hoodie. I mean, that's a great look. A hoodie and those leggings or joggers underneath. You're ready to roll. Easy, quick switch. Takes no time at all. Tech-friendly layers can also work. That's our next one. Hoodies or sweatshirts that have hidden media pockets, so you can stash your earbuds or your phone and not have to juggle all your gear. It keeps your lodge look pretty clean and uncluttered. It is more of a technical look than a traditional hoodie. I'm a traditional hoodie person if I wear hoodies, but hey, if the tech-friendly look is yours, then it can work in this way. Another one, not for me, but maybe for you, is snowboard socks that, if you're a sock person, you don't have to hide them. So if you like the graphic socks, and they're pretty popular these days, I will admit, then bold socks can become part of your lodge outfit because they'll be showing once you take off your boots and you put on whatever your casual lodge footwear is. If it's running shoes or sneakers or something like that, then you will see the socks, and that's just a little subtle detail that will add some personality and make for an easy switchover. Just make sure they work well in your snowboard boots as well. And then finally, to cap it all off, of course, is the minimalist carryover. So instead of dragging your full backpack into the lodge and worrying about it or having to find a place to put it, stash a little crossbody bag or a sling bag inside of it, and then you can transfer just your essentials quickly, put the other stuff in a locker, and then you've got a stylish accessory that looks deliberate indoors, and it's not a bulky thing that you have to drag around. All right, let me close it out with a few style tips for lodge and resort vibes. We're going to zoom out a bit here for some general snowboard style tips. Once you're off the slopes, when you're on the slopes, I know fashion's important to us all, but let's also, you want to be warm, you want the right technical gear for your style of riding. But once you're off the slopes, it's all about blending comfort and that streetwear edge for many of us. So here's how to nail it. Graphic tees, bold or unique subtle prints can both stand out against sort of neutral lodge interior. Let's face it, it's usually some sort of wood tone. Sure, it can look great, but it's always a brown or variation of brown. Not always, but usually. And these are conversation starters, a cool, bold, or subtle. I prefer subtle graphic tees, but either way, they're great conversation starters in the lodge. This keeps your look very authentic. Hoodies and sweatshirts, oversized fits are trending, but balance them, like we said earlier, with slimmer pants or joggers. That gives you a nice clean silhouette. And finally, color play. So the lodge has got those sort of browns usually. So earth tones and monochrome palettes, they really transition well indoors. While pops of bright, and I said pops, not full-on neon. So pops of bright or bold colors, that'll really keep the on-hill snowboard energy alive and give a really great look to your lodge outfit. So there you have it. Your snowboard style doesn't have to end after that fateful last run. And smart layering, quick change hacks, and a few style-forward things, you can have style both on the hill and in the lodge. All right, everyone. Thanks as always for listening. Follow along on social media at 1923 Main Street. Visit the shop at 1923mainstreet.com. And as always, roam freely and ride bold.